The CEO of Instagram just announced a huge update to the Instagram algorithm that is effective as of right now. Here's what you need to know and how to take advantage of it. Now, there are three main updates, the last of which is a huge game changer. It'll absolutely kill some accounts' growth and it'll explode the growth of others. So make sure you stick around for it so you can learn how to take advantage of that growth or mitigate the downside. Now, all of these changes center around one core concept, and that is simply giving credit to those who deserve it, which has been a bit of an issue over the past few years, which for some of you will be a very welcomed change and will improve your results, and others, it'll probably hurt your account. Now, the first of these changes is a pretty small one, but that is the fact that they are now rolling out product tagging to everyone on the platform.
Product tags have been available for a while now, but they're now going to be available to everyone.
So if you're a small account and you're just starting out and you're trying to promote your business by posting content to your personal brand of a couple thousand followers, you can now do exactly that. And if you've got customers out there who support your brand and want to help you, they can also do this as well, which is probably pretty irrelevant for most of you. But if you want to support your favorite brands, anyone now can do. And so for those of you who do run a brand, an e-commerce brand, sell physical products, etc., then this is for you. The second change is also all about tagging. Now, when you get tagged in someone's photo, instead of it just showing up as your username being tagged, it'll be both your username and your category. Now, to select what category it is, all you have to do is go into your profile, click edit profile, and then select a category. In the past, this has been something that has just been featured on your profile under your name. However, now it's going to be showing up in tagged photos as well. So before someone even clicks through to your profile, they know what category it is, which again is not going to make a massive difference, but it is still a cool wee small feature and will potentially be helpful in some situations. For example, if a model is making a post and they tag 15 different people in it, and you really want to find out like how they came up with that fashion idea for their outfit, maybe they tag their stylist, and then you can click through to that without having to look through the other 14 accounts to find out which one it is. Now, onto the big update that you probably clicked on this video to watch. Instagram have made a massive change to the way that they rank content on the platform. Before getting into this change, I want to really briefly run you through an overview of how the algorithm works so that you can understand how this change will actually affect you and what it does and does not change. Now, the first thing you need to understand is there is not one Instagram algorithm. There are different algorithms for each part of the platform. For example, there is an algorithm for stories, there is an algorithm for feed content, there is an algorithm for the explore page, for hashtags, etc. All of these algorithms are designed in a way to show content that people are most likely to enjoy, which then keeps them on the platform and they can sell more ads to them. The algorithm looks at a ton of different data points to decide what content someone is most likely to enjoy. It looks at how users tend to engage with specific creators. It also looks at how users engage with specific content. And it also looks at how similar users and similar people engage with certain content that they may also like. And then for different parts of the platform, these different metrics have a different weight. For example, for stories, your connection to the account is more important than the content itself, because people want to see stories from people that they know and like. Whereas on the explore page, it's the other way around. It doesn't really matter who posted the content, it's more about how likely you are to enjoy that content. And then the home feed is a bit of a mix between the two. They want to show content from accounts that are relevant, but they also want content that is engaging. Now, the change that is coming to the algorithm is actually a new data point being introduced to the algorithm. And that data point is originality. Here's what the CEO of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, had to say.
This one is specifically focused though on this idea of originality. If you create something from scratch, you should get more credit than if you are resharing something that you found from someone else. We're going to do more to try and value original content more, particularly compared to reposted content.
Now, as you can see, he didn't go on to elaborate exactly how this would work. There is no implication as to what is classed as original content and what is classed as unoriginal content. For example, does original content simply mean content that has not been screenshotted or downloaded using another app? Or will this include content that is repurposed as well? For example, my company owns a motivational Instagram account that we run. If our content creator finds a really cool quote on Instagram and then they go and completely from scratch build a cool image, add the quote on top in Canva, for example, download it and post it, will they be reading the text on that piece of content and then determining it as not the original quote and therefore giving it less reach? That we do not know yet, and I assume it'll start out very basic and just be for screenshotted content and downloaded videos, and then eventually roll out to being better and better over time, because that's how a lot of these learning machines work. But what we do know is that if you are posting other people's content directly, your reach is likely to drop, which will likely hurt a lot of theme pages who rely on other people's content. So if you are running a theme page, I think it is important now more than ever to learn the ability of creating your own original work, which will likely give you more reach after this update than you previously had with unoriginal content. Because right now you might be competing with 1,000 other pages who are all reposting each other's content and all taking content from each other, and so you're competing with all of those pages. However, maybe only 100 of those accounts will actually start creating original content, and so if you are one of those 100, then you're competing with 10% of the people that you were in the past, which means your reach should go up a lot. For those of you who are already creating your own content and building it yourself and struggling to see reach, or maybe you're getting a bit of reach but nothing crazy, this should help you rank higher in the algorithm and reach a lot more people, which is obviously a great thing. As nowadays, for example, if you are posting fitness tips, Instagram might be more likely to push the viral TikTok that someone reposted compared to your original piece of work. However, that'll change. In saying that, nothing here is black and white. It all exists on a continuum. Not all original content will skyrocket, and not all reposted content will get throttled and get no reach. It'll simply give a slight boost in reach and an increased chance of reaching new people to original content creators, and that boost in reach and higher chance of reaching new people will be taken away from people who are reposting, which in fairness is actually quite good. Obviously, it's good to reward originality, but it's also going to make it easier for those who are trying to put in the work, because those of you who are putting in the effort to create great content, you're going to have so much less competition because it is harder to do, which means if you're putting in the work, you should be seeing even better results. That's part of the reason I love YouTube. It is way harder to create a 10-minute YouTube video than it is to create a 6-second reel, which means there are less people doing it and more reach for those that are. And it shouldn't be any different nowadays on Instagram. If you have to create your own content and you have to build your own brand like that, should be easier for those who stick at it and actually do it. Now, this change is coming for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I've noticed in the past 2 weeks, since this court case about copyright on Instagram has blown up in the US, literally every creator that I follow has complained about copyright, which is weird because years and years before, hardly anyone was talking about it, even though it happened probably just as much. On top of that, a platform filled with original content is much more valuable than a platform filled with reposted content, for obvious reasons, and it'll help them in their fight against their competitors like TikTok. Now, when I have more details on this and an exact breakdown of how this affects the ranking system, I'll create another video, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see that. But for now, learn to edit and create your own work. It'll pay massive dividends, not just with this update, but for the rest of your life creating content. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I've just launched my brand new podcast where every week I sit down with a successful digital entrepreneur, chat to them about how they did it, find out what the secrets to their success are, and I publish it entirely free for you to all learn from. So I'll leave a link for that down below. If you go support that, it would be much appreciated. That's all from me. See you on the next one.